Welcome in to a Monday edition of Pirate Radio Live. First show in our new digs, the First Flight Credit Union studio, as we bring you Pirate Radio Live on Pirate Radio 92.7 FM in Greenville, 104.1 in Washington. We're on 1250, 930 online, pr927fm.com. You can find us on the Pirate Radio app powered by Carolina Caliber, and we are on YouTube, Pirate Radio TV. Come join us there. Join the chat gang. Check out the new flavor. And join us for a great show. We got a ton to talk about as we will recap an awesome ECU baseball week and weekend. We have, for the first time, comments from the coordinators. Jordan Davis, new ECU offensive coordinator. Jordan Hankins, new ECU defensive coordinator. Talked to them earlier today, so you will hear their first comments since they've come to Greenville, North Carolina to help Blake Carroll coach the Pirates. We'll get to all that on our New Blue Pirate Report. We got great guests to get to. Coach Mack will give his thoughts on UConn and Michigan going for the national championship tonight. We'll hear about that game from a betting standpoint with Jeff Nadeau, who joins us on the show, and Brandon Golden joins us to talk some baseball and a little bit of everything in between. So we are packed here for a Monday show. Glad to have Shirley Rhodes along for the ride, intern Nick Bass, intern Zach, J-Bones around here, Glenn, Ellerby, the whole crew, Mark, and it's a big deal when we start the show with left side.
Strong side.
Chandler Honeycutt is here, the salesman, and man, has he been getting it done on the sales trail. And we are happy to have a guest in here joining us, Frank Etheridge with First Flight Credit Union. Frank, good to see you. How you doing, sir?
Doing well. Good to see you.
Yes, sir. And man, the studio looks great, Chan, man.
Yes, got this backdrop up today. So we got it up today. We were able to get it launched, and we've been talking about this for a long time. Frank and First Flight has been a partner for almost a year now, and like I said, we've been talking and meeting about this for quite some time. But I do remember kind of approaching Frank. Frank came to me, was asking me about different sponsorships. What can we do bigger? What can we do better? And I said, I think I can come up with something for you. And so I approached Frank about sponsoring the studio. And of course, he went back to his team. We finally got a deal done, got the backdrop in place. So we're excited to be displaying this every single day on Facebook and YouTube Live. So you will be able to see it and also hear their commercials. And then also at the beginning of the show here that this is the First Flight Credit Union studio. So
Frank, it's official when Chuck says it.
When Chuck says it, it is the official.
First Flight.
But yeah, it's great to be finally partnering with the studio with you. Like I said, we've been partners for almost a year, but to be the studio sponsorship, how exciting is that, Frank?
It's really exciting, Taylor, and we're feel very fortunate to be able to have the opportunity to come together on this partnership and do this and promote First Flight and kind of get our name out in the community and be able to share our story and exactly what we do and how we help our members.
Speaking of the story, for the people out there that are not familiar with First Flight, who is First Flight and what makes you different from different banks out there?
Yeah, well, mainly First Flight, it's more than just a place to keep your money. We were kind of founded on the belief that financial services should be fair, accessible, and built on a foundation of trust. And unlike traditional banks that are owned by shareholders and focused on generating profits, First Flight is a nonprofit, and we are basically solely focused on its members. With every person who opens an account becomes an owner, not just an investor. So every person who opens an account becomes a member with us to kind of have an equal voice and a shared interest on the success of First Flight.
How can people become a member of First Flight?
Well, there's several ways you can become a member, Chandler. Essentially, we kind of say you got to live, work, or worship within the communities that we serve. But there's other ways. We have a preservation society that you can join and things of that nature. So First Flight, become a member is pretty accessible. Not too complex.
Yeah, and you guys have obviously a branch here in Greenville, but you have several branches throughout Eastern North Carolina, right?
Yes, we do. We have 5 branches. They're spread across Eastern North Carolina. Our headquarters is based out of Cary. So we have a branch in Cary, one here in Greenville, one in Moorhead, Havelock, and another branch in New Bern.
Besides the launch of this awesome partnership, this sponsorship of our studio, what are some other exciting things that First Flight has going on right now?
Yeah, we've got some promotions going on right now that I'd love to share with the Pirate Nation audience. One being we have a program where we're trying to get young savers to get them aware and be able to start saving. So if you're under the age of 18 and you open a young savers account in joint conjunction with an adult, we'll instantly credit you $25 into your young savers account there. So we're really excited to be able to teach the young members how to start saving their money and planning for their financial future. And we're also really excited we have a automobile refinance promotion. So if all of our members that are credit worthy that qualify, if you come into First Flight and give us an opportunity to look at your refinancing your current automobile, normally we can have a promotion right now. We'll beat that rate by 50 basis points.
A lot of great stuff going on at First Flight. Clip Rock.
No doubt. Jamie says that for a second he thought that was Jay Billis sitting in here. So, Frank, do you have a basketball pick for tonight for us? Michigan and UConn?
My team is out, so I guess the other team remaining in my bracket is UConn, so I'm going to be pulling for UConn.
Okay.
No, Frank did tell me before we came on the show that he is between him and somebody else out of 75 members.
With 75 employees, and right now I am leading the bracket, and I have both of our winners were out, but it's the person in second place right now. They picked Michigan, and I've picked UConn, so I'm pulling for UConn.
You need the Huskies.
I need the Huskies to win this.
Good for you. We'll update our standings, but my last team dropped out when Michigan dropped the hammer on them Saturday night.
Yeah,
impressively. Well, good deal. Anything else, Frank, we need to know about First Flight?
No, other than, like I said, if you're shopping for a new financial institution that's focused on memberships and membership relationships, rather, come see us. We're right there on Memorial Drive. And the other thing I'll share is for the people that are riding about in Greenville, we're real excited about building a new location that we're hoping to break ground on sometime in the summer. Hope to be in there about 2027, probably about the same time frames, sometime in the summer. And so if you're riding down Fire Tower Road, you'll see the future home site of First Flight. So we're real excited about that.
Frank, once again, thank you for your support of the program and being a great sponsor of our studio. So from here on out, we're going to be hearing First Flight quite a bit, and you're going to be seeing it too if you tune into YouTube or Facebook Live.
I love it.
Be introducing a lot of guests into the First Flight Credit Union. Wednesday, golf coach Kevin Williams will join us to talk some Masters and some ECU golf. So excited to have him in studio with us, and we'll be sprinkling out some great guys. Ryder Giles, now he's a baseball coach, unfortunately will not be in the First Flight Credit Union studios, but old Ryder.
Elon?
If folks remember a while back, he used to come on the show. He gave me a golf pick one time and it won, so he became my golf guy.
Yeah.
So we'll talk some Elon baseball and some Masters with Ryder Giles later this week as well. Be exciting. Well, thank you, Frank. Enjoyed the partnership. Chan, man, good to see you, buddy.
Good to see you too, man. Kenny Curling's one of our top Pirate Radio listeners, says bring First Flight to Washington.
Yeah, we will. Well, we're glad to talk about it.
Yeah.
It makes sense.
I'm not going to say no. Could happen.